Welcome back. We are on day 8 of our GEMS project. So today's the day where we are going to be making our second gem. We're drawing it. That being said, the drawing, as you've probably realized, does not take quite as long as coloring it. So if you did not yet finish coloring your first gem in, today is a great day to do that as well. So finish coloring it. Once you've got your first gem completed, photograph it, put it into your art journal. Or if you don't put it in your art journal, that's fine, but at least photograph it. Please. I can't even, I can't express enough how many times I am getting emails from students that are like, it was almost done, I didn't photograph it, or was done, I didn't photograph it, and now it's gone. And there's no, I can't grade something that I can't see, so there's nothing I can really say aside from, I'm so sorry that happened. Whenever you can, get it done again and turn it in so that I can grade it. There's not much else I can do except for remind you to always be photographing it, so that if something happens, you've got that photograph to show at least where you were. Even if it wasn't completely done, you're going to get more points than if it's not turned in at all. So that I know you've heard this 100 times from me, but here's to 101. Anyway, as you are wrapping up that first one and you're working on your second one, some quick reminders. Reminder number 1, you could do the same cut. So remember down here, these are a bunch of the different cuts. But if you're doing the same cut, then it needs to be a different angle. So for example, my first one I did was kind of like this, the top down, that bird's eye view of an English round cut. But then if I'm going to be doing this angle, obviously that is way different, right? Like this and this have so many differences to them. So that's okay. But what I don't want to see is you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do this one. Okay, they're like the same. I know one's bigger than the other. Let's see if I can do some perspective here. There, now they're the same. They're the same size now-ish, right? Okay, so yeah, the facets are slightly different, but they essentially look very similar. So anyway, I just wanted to remind you of that. But once again, if you change the angle, that would be okay. Or just change your cut entirely. Maybe you go for the emerald, or you go for the hexagon, or you go for the half Dutch rose, or I don't know, take a look. And this is not an all-inclusive list that you are seeing underneath me. And once again, it's linked in the Art Hub. It's, in our landing page, like it's in our slides, it's there. But there are more too. So feel free to, check out some different tutorials, or use one of the different ones down here as well. Kind of up to you. Some good tools to have for today. You're going to need a fresh piece of paper. A ruler is good if you're going to be doing any straight edges, which I am today. I am going to take this one and I'm just going to flip it like this. That's going to be how I make mine. And I'm going to be changing my color up for next class too, making it look like a ruby. Beautiful. They're all beautiful, but I don't know. I felt inspired by red, so I'm going to be turning this one into a ruby. So paper, straight edge, I'll need at least, because I'm going to be doing some edges that are straight, so, straight edges come in handy for that. And then what else? Oh, if you're doing a rounded one now, and you didn't last time, remember, if you already did it last time, you don't want to do another round one. But if you are going to do a round one, go ahead and get out like a bowl or something. Keep in mind as we're drawing these, it does need to cover at least 75% of our paper. So like, for example, if I'm saying get out something round, I wouldn't do like, and trace that. I mean, that's like a 20th of your paper, right? Like that is not going to cut it. So just keep that in mind too, that we want it to be 75% or more of your paper that this should be taking up. So let's see, paper, straight edge, maybe something round if you're doing that round cut, a pencil, of course. I guess you wouldn't really need a blending stump today unless you're working on doing, coloring in your last one, but a kneaded eraser could come in handy today as well. And then of course, I guess, your color pencils too, if you did not finish last class. So once again, I'm just gonna give you another quick view here. Here's a bunch of different cuts, so I want you to pick what you think is going to be best for you, but I am essentially going to be doing, well, I guess more like a royal. So like the upper left, the second one, kind of coming from that side view is what I'm going to be doing for mine. All right, so I've got my supplies ready. I think I'm going to start with those straight edges, and I think I am going to have my paper landscape for this one. And I'm going to do a bit of an interesting angle on it. I'm going to have it look like as if it's laying on its side, I think. So I'm going to go something kind of like, I want to make sure it's nice and big here. So maybe something like that. And then move my paper a little bit here. I also got to make sure that I can fit it all on the paper though. So maybe something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. And then for this, I'm going to kind of just hand draw, but very lightly. That maybe got a little too big. So this is why we draw lightly, right? Although mine's maybe a little darker than it should be, just so that you guys can see it better though. Does that look okay? Let's see. I'm just going to play with it from a few angles and see how that's looking. Just a little off. First, let's get rid of what we know we don't need. We know we don't need that. And that's kind of distracting my eyes, so it almost looks like a, does this look like a baseball diamond to anyone else? Because that's what it's reminding me of right now. I think I need to shorten this edge here a little bit. Let me just see. Let me go from this way. So that's 6 inches exactly from that side. Oh, yep, we got to bring that in a bit. That's part of the issue. One of my edges was longer than the other. All right. Take 2. Let's try this again. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. More of an arch at the top. I could probably use like a protractor or something if I've got the right tools at home, but you know what? It didn't come in our art kit, and I don't even know if I have one in my home anyway, so I'm going to kind of go by hand instead, which is probably what many of you are doing too. Okay. What do we think? Is that looking pretty good? I think so, I think so. Get rid of that down there. I might even, I don't know that I like that it's coming to an exact like, so maybe we'll kind of soften that, make it look more realistic to how it would actually look. All right, so I'm going to keep using my straight edge here, and I'm going to divide it kind of down the center first, like so. Remember, we're looking for that symmetry is going to be kind of ideal here. So whatever you're doing on the one side, we're going to also mimic on the other side. Try to get those angles as close to similar as you can. Let's see, this kind of, I want to have this arch too a little bit, but it kind of does come flat across, but I'm going to have mine arch ever so slightly. So I just want it to have that real, like, realistic look to it. Remember, you are potentially drawing something entirely different. So although I am sort of giving you the play-by-play on what I'm doing here, yours may be different, and you don't necessarily have to follow along with me. You could be just kind of creating your own as I'm creating my own, where like working independently yet together at the same time. So just wanted to give you that heads up that you're not necessarily following me step by step. All right. But this is starting to look good. I can start seeing that ruby shape here. Let's see, maybe this one's a little wider. Once again, we're using our images as a reference, but not necessarily as like an exact, like it must look precisely the same, because every gem looks different as it comes from the earth, and therefore it's going to need to be cut ever so slightly different. I guess unless it's like one of the man-made ones, you know, they're starting to do like those man-made diamonds and things like that. I don't exactly know how that works. Like maybe they're able to make those like more exact, but I can tell you any of them that are natural from the earth, you know, they're going to be different sizes and different shapes to begin with. So you're definitely going to notice that they're all slightly different then too as a result of that. Even if it's the same technical cut there. Oh yeah, here we go. This is looking good, looking good. You can start seeing that kind of the shape I'm going for, that royal cut. Yes, I gotta get more down in that area too, but I'm just working on that top bit for right now. Did I miss something on that side? I feel like it's not symmetrical. Like I did something to one side but not the other. Oh no, I did. Okay. Alright. I thought maybe something happened that I missed there, but I didn't. Okay, so now we're going to go with these angles here. Getting some more of those facets added in. Let's see, and so this one that went down to the corner. So this one's going to go down to the corner, but not all. Oops. Whoopsies. Gotta erase that. That wasn't what I was looking for. And I should measure too. How far did that one go? A little over 4¼ inches. So definitely if you're using a ruler as your straight edge, that, like how I'm doing, it can help you to get those even more symmetrical than what we can do just eyeballing it. You know, that'll help out too. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's see, do I want to add anything else in here though? I feel like I feel like I want a little bit more. I feel like it's not exactly quite as remarkable as I'm wanting it to be. So let's add in some more facets. This one's going to kind of mimic the arch that goes here. Now if you're looking at that sheet, you're going to notice, wait, Mrs. Stinson, it does not have that on the sheet. Nope, it doesn't. I am going rogue here. That's okay. Once again, they're all going to be different. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, cool. So we're getting some more cuts that way. Maybe, let's see, now that we've got that, maybe I add in some more facets here. This is going to add more pop, more pizzazz, more ability for that shine and gleam. Ooh, let's do another little one in here. Yeah, see, do you see how this is making it look like it's going to have that possibility of more shimmer and shine? In fact, you'll actually notice if you ever look at like kind of vintage or older gemstones, you're going to notice that they don't have as much shine to them, and it's simply because they used to not put as many facets, those cuts on the edges, so they literally did not have as much of the light reflecting off of it and getting that shine going. So if you were ever wondering why that is, that the older ones just don't seem quite as brilliant, that is in fact why. Let's see, so maybe this line kind of comes down here, and this one would mimic that coming down here, and maybe we've got another here, which means we would need another, what angle would that be at? Well, I can see I'm a little off symmetry here, but it's okay. It's all going to be okay, you guys. I'm going to go up on this one. I haven't gone up on any in a while. There we go. Are we liking that? I don't know. Maybe I add more, maybe I don't. But I've got it going. So I'm going to continue thinking about that. And of course, I'm going to finish up my other one with the color pencils. If I haven't done that yet, photograph that, get it in, and then start thinking about what colors you want to use on this for next class. We'll see you then.